Hi, good afternoon. We have excessive heat warnings to tell you about issued by Environment Canada. But first, I want to take you to a video of what's going on right now. Downtown Vancouver from Dennis Parkinson's Place at Pacific and Burrard. Bluebird skies, barely a cloud in the sky. They love it. Basking in the sun is the seal on Galiano Island, brought to us by John. Love it. Others, not so much into the heat. And we'll talk about that warning in just one moment. Today, going to a daytime high of 26. That's just near the water. And it feels like 30. Away from the water, it feels like 35. That's for the lower mainland, hence the heat warnings that we do have in effect. So it does include this general area, but in addition to the lower mainland, we've got East Vancouver Island, the Sunshine Coast, inland sections of the Central and the North Coast, the Fraser Canyon, which is always quite hot at this time of year, and the North and the South Thompson. It's all about daytime highs, but especially overnight lows, which I'll show you coming up. Daytime highs for the lower mainland. Wednesday, Thursday is the peak of the heat. Friday is when we start to cool off a little bit. Even though it's not a huge difference, there won't be humidity in the air mass, so that'll make conditions feel far more comfortable. For overnight lows, that's why we have a lot of these heat warnings. Just not cool enough to give us enough of a reprieve. Temperatures are in the high to the mid to high teens, and that's usually the case where we do start to see those heat warnings coming into effect. So look at that, 19 for Comox. That's as cool as it gets. 17 for Vancouver, 10 in Whistler, which is much better, and 14 in Bella Coola. All thanks to a ridge of high pressure. It's the dominant weather feature. It's the strongest on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, an upper level trough pushes in. You can see that. That could produce some thunderstorms for the south coast, little ways out, but the possibility is there. And then high pressure begins to rebuild yet again. Late next week, it looks like it's going to be a hot one for the south coast, so a heads up. Today's forecast, it looks like this across the province. We are clearing for the central interior. The north coast is still seeing a few showers in the mix. Bella Coola clears at 25 degrees. 32 for you in Kelowna, 35 in Castlegar. It's a hot one indeed, and 29 in Whistler Village. Up and down Vancouver Island. Look at these values. Tack on a few more degrees, and that's how it's actually feeling with the humidity. Metro Vancouver, it looks like this over the next coming days. And again, inland sections much warmer, feeling warmer with the humid X. Hey, we've got some birthdays and a very special anniversary to announce. Silvio and Gianna Ciacci of Richmond are celebrating 72 years of wedded bliss today. And a happy birthday goes to Marjorie Moore of North Vancouver. 100 years young today, as is Lee Dumont of Vernon. Congratulations to you, ladies. Last but not least, Kay Clark of West Vancouver turns 100. All the best to you.
Absolutely.